KG is the top 5 player in today's game today.
KG
top 5. Top 5.
Yes, KG's 100% the top 5 player in today's
Easy.
game.
Let me
top 1.
And is KG that 07 year you talking about? Is that KG better than Giannis today?
Yes.
I ain't trying to hate on Giannis, man. I'll say, hey, KG ain't make the playoffs, man. Give me Giannis. KG ain't make the playoffs. Hey,
I got Giannis, but it's by that slip of paper that Jokic can't jump over.
Where's the gap between today? Okay, December 2024 and 2007 KG. What's the gap between KG and Joker?
Jokic gonna make the playoffs, man. It's a big gap. Jokic better than KG. But that's not even peak KG though. That's like
and that's the point.
Like, you go back to like 04 KG. It's like okay, we're at
the gap is a lot closer. 100%. The gap is a lot closer.
Like,
in 04.
The mid 2000s, the league was mad talented, but I don't know.
You think he's better than Joker?
Yes. 04 KG. Yes.
04 KG is better than Joker?
Yes. 100% I do.
Yes.
I think he clears Joker.
Yes.
Ooh, clears.
I'm not going to say clears, but he is indeed better. Indeed.
I think
I'm shocked at you, Chip. I'm shocked.
KG doesn't get like a lot of like respect, I guess, in my opinion, in like peak discussions in terms of like people who think like he's not as good as like I do. But I wouldn't say he clears Jokic, but I'd have the conversation. I could argue for both sides of that argument.
That's what I'm saying.
Morris, that was the toughest time to peak during. Tim Duncan, Kobe, Shaq. Remember we just had this discussion. Tim Duncan, Kobe, Shaq, T-Mac, Allen Iverson running around, Dirk running around, LeBron all of a sudden just pops up in 03 like, hey guys, can I come play with you? Dwayne Wade, he doing what he's doing, and even though he wasn't in his peak and he didn't necessarily peak as high as them, he's still running around. Carmelo, like the league, Paul. We can even get the guys like Paul Pierce.
How much
the league was insane.
And I won't. And again, I won't argue that. But what I'm thinking about with Joker, how much Joker affects the game on the offensive end. Does KG affect the game overall as much as Joker affected the game on the offensive end?
On the offensive end and the defensive end, he affects the game.
Is Jokic as good offensively as KG was defensively?
No, not at all.
Because I can argue everything that Jokic brings on the offensive end, KG does the same thing, but just defensively.
But his offense and defense equal value.
If you look at KG's offense and compare that to Jokic's defense, there's no discussion. You see what I'm saying? So all around, KG's just a better basketball player. Like KG's a 10 on.
I got somebody here that says that he wants to tell you bozos to stop yapping.
Please don't tell me.
Thing one and thing two.
He talking to you two.
Can't be talking to me.
He talking to you two.
Tell them dudes to stop yapping. All of y'all is capping, especially that one right there at the top right corner. Doesn't know anything about basketball. The dude on the top left is a bozo. KG in 2004. We're still doing this all these years later. I thought you knew ball. That's why your post-up game sucks. Now you, Ron, you miss layups in the clutch. So I don't want to hear nothing else from you the rest of the day. Mars and Chill, take over the rest of the show because both bottom left, don't change. You a bozo. Top right in the purple to bozo. Every single one of y'all. Respect Mars, respect Chill. I'm out.
We'll have this discussion tomorrow.
Anyways,
just say it for tomorrow.
Anyways, no, because I'm not going to. I got a dentist appointment tomorrow. This the thing, though. Ron. What was we at? Oh, yeah. So if you look at KG's offense, on offense, on defense, KG's at 10. On offense, he's at 8.9. You know what I'm saying? So you do that, and then you go with Jokic on offense, he's a 10. On defense, he's a 3. Ain't nothing to talk about. Man. I ain't nothing to talk about.
So do you think Dwayne Wade is better than Steph?
Yeah, at times, yes, I have. Yes.
So like 09 Wade is better than like 2016 Steph.
I'm cool. I could get with that, Marcel.
No, but would you say it? No. When you see it,
I probably won't say it. I probably won't say it unless I'm around family. But
when you know what to say.
But you know what though? Like, Steph is just different because it's different with his offense because he has a tool. He has a tool that 3-point shooting and his ability to just not miss that supersedes a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. Like, I don't think Jokic got that. I don't think Jokic got something in his bag where it's just like, I'm superseding everything, no matter how close. But look, you can. So with Steph, you can have a guy like Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving and Steph can be equal on offense, but Steph got something in his tool bag that just will blow Kyrie out the water when it's time to go. I don't think Jokic does.
I hate to step in and interrupt this intense yap session that you're currently watching, but I just have to inform you on all the amazing, spectacular, fabulous, endless ways to play and win over at PrizePicks. Basketball fans, I know the season is just tipping off. Yes, I know this. But you know what that means? It means that you have an opportunity to pick your favorite players and their matchups that are the most thrilling, and you can win money from these. With PrizePicks, you can play daily NBA contests and test your hoop knowledge by choosing the player projections and every single stat line imaginable to make your PrizePicks and take home some nice hard-earned cash. Are you a rookie in the game? Don't even sweat it. I got the playbook for you right here. All you have to do is download PrizePicks, use promo code PANEL, and you will get $50 instantly when you play 5 here with PrizePicks. So what are you waiting for? Download PrizePicks, use promo code PANEL, and join me as we break down all of our amazing daily picks right here on the panel. PrizePicks. Run your game, control your game, win your game. It's easy, baby. It's easy. It's that one superpower. Like who's the one superhero that just got that one superpower? I don't know what you guys value. It could be invisibility. It could be mind reading. It could be they could just freeze you. I don't know. But Steph got that one superpower that just like makes him better than anybody that may be on this tier.
I think you guys are underrating Jokic offensively.
Yes, you are, because Superman was bulletproof. Superman could see through walls. Superman could run faster than a speeding bullet. Superman could do all of that stuff. That's Joker. Joker on the offensive end of the floor. He could do all of that stuff. He could do all of that stuff. Superman. He could pass the ball with the best of them. He makes your offense so much better. That's not even close to what KG does.
Okay, but look though, shit. Look though, shit. So when you bring,
I value two-way players. I want to make sure that
right. But if you bring to Jokic's passing, right, that means Jokic has to. If my passing is top notch, that means I got to still rely on Ron to make the bucket. Now Steph don't got to rely on nobody to change the game.
He got to rely on them screens to get him open.
So Steph does have to worry about screens, and he does need somewhat of a Draymond-ish figure to kind of unlock him.
Your ability to get assist and pass is so much harder to rely on than it is for you to just score the basketball at an incredible pace. It's much harder for him to be like, yo, I'm the best passer out here. Let's go to work. Yeah, but I still need you to cut. I still need you to set it.
Then why is Steph not better than Magic?
Well, because there's other things into that, Morris. We've had this conversation. and mind you, I've come around. I've come around to the Steph and Magic conversation. I've definitely this is where the divide is. Because on record, Morris, I've come around to the Steph and Magic conversation,
and this is where the divide is. Because I value two-way guys, but there are guys who are on offense, Magic, Curry, Joker, that are so exceptional at what they do that it's hard to overlook that stuff. And Joker was so exceptional on offense. The stuff that he would do just on the perimeter. You running the offense through KG on the box. You running the offense through KG on the box for KG to operate on the box.
Too.
But they were doing everything. They were had KG running pick and rolls, man.
Yeah, hold up.
And KG was a hell of a passer. KG was a hell of a passer.
Right, and he didn't affect the game on offense like Joker did.
KG used to get Michael over the Camby off with his passing ability. I'm talking about Michael over the Camby. First round pick out of University of Pacific.
The number one overall pick. I played
KG getting him off.
Right. So with that, the way that offense operates with Joker, how they now stretch the defense with Joker operating at the long ball line, with Joker operating at the box, with Joker operating at the nail, with Joker operating at the top of the key, how they have dribble handoffs, like you talked about, Mars, with them operating with KG and pick and roll action. That pick and roll action is way different with Joker. Why is it way different with Joker? Because if Joker dives and he's cut off, he's not just shooting the midi. Nope, he's coming back, getting the ball back from Jamal Murray, and another dribble handoff is working. And then now you have two options. You have more options to deal with. Now you got to deal with him either shooting the basketball, or you have to deal with him either looking somebody off or finding Aaron Gordon at the rim. There's so many more options when you're dealing with Joker in the pick and roll than you are with KG. It's either pick and pop with KG or pick and dive with KG, and that's it.
Chill, no, it's not.
When you get KG on the box, it's KG going to work, and I might dive to the rim, and he might see me. With Joker, when Joker's on the box, there's so many other things going on.
I'm gonna tell you why so many other things going on.
They have more motion. Is that because of Jokic, or is that because
it's because the error? And that too. Hold on, right quick though. Chill, right quick. If you put even then though, obviously they're not going to shoot as many threes, but even then, if you put Jamal Murray, not necessarily this Murray, but the Murray that we've become accustomed to.
23 Murray.
Michael Porter Jr.
Yep.
You give him a diver like what's his name? Aaron Gordon, and you put another shooter out there. KG finishes the game with 7, 8, 9 assists.
So
if you make him,
they're not losing.
I'm not comparing him in Jokic as a passer. I'm just talking about Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett was a really good passer.
He was a hell of a passer. He's one of the best big man passers we've ever seen. Ever.
Jokic is the
Oh well, yeah. Once again, I'm not comparing him to Jokic. I'm just talking about
but Mark,
Kevin Garnett.
You could do something good enough though, and he might do it better, but I could still do something good enough.
Like I'm trying to imagine Joker operating with Sam Cassell. I'm trying to imagine Joker operating with a slasher like Latrell Sprewell. How much better would those dudes be? The reason why that offense operates the way it does is because it's predicated on Joker's skill set. His ability to pass, his ability to score. That's why they're doing that in Denver. The reason why that offense operated in Minnesota with KG, it was because of his skill set. That's why you didn't see as much action. That's why you didn't see a lot of this and that with him, because a lot of the stuff, he'd get the ball on the block and he'd have a mismatch and he would go to work. I get a guy diving to the basket in Latrell Sprewell, but for the most part, we threw the ball into KG go to work. If we get KG in a pick and pop at the elbow, it's KG shooting. When we get Joker operating, whether it's in the mid-range, whether it's on a block, we have a whole plethora of options that we got to work with. Why? Because of Joker's skill set, how much better it is. And again, you know how much I value two-way players, and I care about that. But when you have a guy as exceptional as Magic, as Curry, as Joker, it's different.
Yeah, but chill. I get what you're saying. Like if you pick and pop, I got the ability to pass and do this. But if I'm KG, I pick and pop. I don't need to pass the ball. What I'm passing the ball for? I'm putting this in. I don't need a whole bunch of options. I don't need all that.
But
that's because chill. If you do that, then you're gonna have to listen to people talk about Jokic being more dominant than Shaq because he could do this and do that, and all Shaq was doing was. And we know it's not true. We all know Shaq had post work. We all know Shaq had amazing touch around the rim. We know Shaq could run the floor. We know all of that. But people that don't know, they think that Shaq only overpowered you and dunked on you, so they think that that's all he did. But we were there. We watched it. Right. People, if you go off of that logic, then you're gonna have to listen to that for Jokic and Shaq too. And that's something I refuse to listen to. I'm not hearing that.
I just think KG has a very underrated offensive impact. It's not Jokic level, but like those Timberwolves teams in KG's peak,
they were less than.
Like they were just trash. Like we could sugarcoat it and be like, oh, they had this 18-point per game score. Like they sucked.
Ooh, Wally Zerbiak? With much love to Wally,
Fred Hoiberg was getting praised.
Hey, like Terrell Brandon was nice, but
Wally.
But like
Rasho Nesterovic, Joe Smith, Anthony Peeler.
That like with KG on the floor in like 03 and 04, like they were the third best offense in the league with KG on the floor.
On the floor, Mars.
On the floor. With when he's off the floor, they're the worst offense by like 3 points. Like by far, the worst offense in the NBA. Like he's like that's offensive impact. It's not Jokic level because like I think Jokic this year is like when he's on the floor they're the best offense in the NBA and when he's off the floor they're the worst in the NBA. But like if you got KG bringing a Timberwolves team that anyone who watched them or anyone who's gone back and watched can see they sucked. He's bringing them to the third best offense in the NBA when he's on the floor, and then they're the worst offense in the NBA when he's off the floor. And then you factor in the fact that he's also making them the best defense in the NBA when he's on the floor. And when he's off the floor, they're a below average defense. It's like
Penn
KG
talking about
was
Jokic
KG was
4 piece
really,
with
really
Kobe.
good.
Them fools don't even get out the West with Jokic.
It's hard to. I mean, and that Western Conference was like impossible to get to.
Portland kicks their ass. We kick their ass. They do. The Spurs kick their ass. They got Jokic instead of Shaq for that run with Kobe. They don't even get out the West.
It's just like I just think KG's peak in terms of his impact and like what he did is underrated. But I also think like I also don't think he clears Jokic. So it's like I'll have the conversation. If everyone starts making the argument for Jokic, I'd make the argument for KG. If everyone started making the argument for KG, I'd start making the argument for Jokic. That's just where I am.
Contrarian, Mars.
That's a contrarian. I'm more just like I can make both arguments. Like I think they're both really like of that all-time peak level. And I think
KG was fantastic in 04. 100%.
I think he was the best player in the world in 04. That's what
that mid-range. That mid-range was something. That mid-range was something. Him and Sam Cassell working with that stop and pop. I mean, that pick and pop. That was great. At the elbow in particular, man, that was great. Plus KG around the basket, and he was cleaning glass too. But so is Joker. Joker cleans glass also. I think that this, as good as KG was as a rim protector, as good as KG was as a defender, I just feel like Joker offensively, he's just something else right now.
I agree.
Yeah.
And that's because like individual offense is more valuable than individual defense. Like whether we like to admit it, that's just how we grade things.
Y'all tell me that all the time, Mars.
KG wasn't just individual defense.
Yeah,
this
but
I'm individual
I'm
and
Draymond
like, level anchor defense.
This is like
I'm locking you, and I'm holding your whole team underwater.
Sure, but I'm not saying individual defense is in like one-on-one matchups. I'm saying like an individual's offensive value, like Magic, Steph, Jokic, whatever, is more valuable than an individual's defensive value. Ben Wallace, Dikembe Mutombo, etc. And like that's just how it is. Like whether we like it or not, people value individual offense more than individual defense. So I want to ask, if we was in a world where individual offense and individual defense were equal, like they were just as valuable. Offense is equal to defense. So if you're the best defensive player ever, that's equal to being the best offensive player ever. That's the value you're providing. How different would like the best players ever look? Like, how would those lists look if offense and defense were equal? How different would those all-time lists look?
Well, the thing about it is, Hakeem would be top 3 undoubtedly. Jordan would still probably be. Hakeem might be the GOAT. If we talk,
you can make the argument Hakeem's the best two-way player ever.
Well, I mean, so if offense and defense were equal,
Magic could drop out the top 5. Magic could be down.
Magic could drop out the top 10.
Yes,
Magic could be 10. Magic could be 10.
No, he's not a good defense. Like you'd have to be great on both sides of the ball. You'd have to be. Because you can't be like, oh, you make up for an offense. That ball doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, all right.
So Magic,
right.
Steph, Bill Russell, they're all cooked. Magic, Steph, and Bill Russell are cooked.
Right.
Because Bill Russell was all defense, very little offense. Magic and Steph are all offense.
Well, Russ could score. I mean, we can't.
He'd be out the top 10. And Will Chamberlain would be much higher than Bill Russell, like much higher.
But no, you said if defense was valued as high as offense, Bill Russell might actually be higher. Because
I'm saying
they're equal. As good a defensive player as you are, you're that good offensively.
Is like one of the only eras where I think defense was more valuable than offense. So like he gets the reverse benefit, if that makes sense.
It does make sense, Mars. It does.
Because there was no 3-point line, everything was funneled towards the rim. You have the best rim protector of all time. Defense is going to be more valuable than offense. That's like the only pre-3-point line is like the only time where I think defense was either more valuable or just as valuable as offense. Every other time has been offense over defense. So Bill Russell was getting the benefit of, in my era, my best skill was more valuable than any other era. That's why he's ranked so high.
Sure.
If he played in today's game, his defense isn't as valuable as it was in the 60s. So he'd be worse. So it's like the same thing. That's why if they're exactly equal, offense is equal to defense. So Magic Johnson on offense is equal to Hakeem on defense, for example. The best players ever would all be like the two-way guys. So it's like, would Tim Duncan be unanimously top 5, for example? Or is his offense not good enough?
He's already number 4 all time.
Yeah, but is his offense good enough? Is Scottie Pippen now top 10 for like everyone?
Scottie Pippen's 100%
You telling me I wouldn't have got blackballed from
this is what we're talking about. Yes, like this is where we are. Your offense is as good as your defense. But to Mars's point, I mean, you think about what Bill Russell was. Bill Russell they very much used him, to your point, Mars. They very much used him very much like they used Joker in the offense. They ran that offense through a lot of split action, a lot of cuts to the basket, and Bill Russell dropping the ball off the guys. So would he thrive in that kind of offense? Because again, I can't say this enough. These teams that build offenses, they build their offenses around a guy's skill set. And a guy like Bill Russell, whose ability to pass whose ability to score, because Bill Russell could score. He averaged 20 a game for 4 straight years in the playoffs, 20 and 20. For 4 straight years, he could score. He could score the basketball. So it wasn't like Bill Russell couldn't score. He could score the basketball. So if a team were to build their offense around a guy like Russ who could pass the way he did, the offensive player that he was, would he be as awesome today? I think he would be. 100% he would be. Now, Scottie Pippen, on the other hand, the inventor of the point forward, we talking about Scottie way different today than we talking about him.
Boy,
we're talking about Scottie way different today than we was talking about him back then. I think Scottie Pippen is a guy who was very much undervalued like that. So to answer your question, Mars, a lot of these guys, the guys that are in my top 10, the only guy who would move down is Magic. Everybody else would still be there. James, Jordan, Jabbar, Chamberlain, Russell, Bird, Duncan, Olajuwon, Diesel. So now Bryant would be in.
Why would Bird and Shaq still be in?
Because Bird still was an awesome defender. Bird was a great team defender.
Not to the level of like these two-way. He's not better both ways than
I'm not saying he's Scottie Pippen. I'm not saying that.
But no. he has to be. He has to be Kevin Garnett level on defense. You can't just be great offense, pretty good defender. You're losing.
I think Bird was an amazing defender.
I think he was a great team defender.
I think Shaq was.
Like, how is Bird better than Kawhi in this scenario?
I don't think Bird was nearly as good a one-on-one defender as Kawhi Leonard, but I do think that he was just as good as a team defender as Kawhi Leonard. On offense, he was much better. Now I know the idea that you have to be just as good offensively as you can as you are defensively. But if we saying that, Chamberlain's the best ever.
No, I would probably pick him or Kareem, yeah.
Or Olajuwon.
It would be a big. I know it'd be a big. Like, I don't know who, it'd be a big. It would maybe Wilt, yeah. Like 1967, Wilt is like the best ever, maybe. Him, Hakeem, Kareem, LeBron, MJ.
I don't think we get to Jordan till like 6 or 7, Mars. If we doing that.
I said MJ.
Jordan was a.
And then, but then I feel like you'd have to have guys
Jordan
like
was
Kawhi. I feel like you'd have to have Kawhi in there. I think you'd have to have Tim Duncan. I think you'd have to have Kevin Garnett. I think Giannis now gets in there.
LeBron's hyped on defense too, bro.
LeBron's for sure hyped on defense.
I'm not doing that. I just think like these solid defenders who are great. Like, I don't think Bird is in there. Maybe you're just clearly higher on Bird's defense than I am. Like, I don't think Bird makes it. I don't know if Shaq makes it because like he was a really good rim protector, but I don't know if he's good enough defensively. I think it changes a lot, and I think it's interesting. Like when people be like, defense is half the game. It's like, well, you don't judge that accordingly because if defense was half the game, you would say Ben Wallace is just as good as like Steph Curry, but you don't.
Ben Wallace would be higher. Ben Wallace was
like if defense was really half the game, if defense was equal to offense, people would say the two best players on the Warriors dynasty was Steph and Draymond. Like, and they would say it was interchangeable. Draymond is just as much an all-time defender as Steph is an all-time offensive player. They're both all-timers in that regard. But no one says Steph and Draymond are close because everyone knows offense is more than defense. But when it's all of a sudden it's a two-way player in all-time discussions, like, oh, well, he plays defense. Was like, you don't value defense as much as you value offense anyway. So I don't know why you add to that.
We don't. I know we don't have time for this back and forth, Morris. I just want to say defense is just as important as offense.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. You're the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.